This car is my Volvo V70 D5. That's the 2.4 litre turbo diesel engine, which is renowned for being about as good as an engine gets. It is an amazing slab of metal and plastic and rubber and other bits that combine to make, quite possibly, my perfect car. However, I need to sell it. Notice the word need, not want. This is a regrettable situation, and I've had plenty of people already saying to me, "Are you mad? Are you weird? Is there something wrong with you? Why would you sell this? That car will outlast you." Yeah? Well, it's not going to do. And this has been a possibility for months. Obviously, I don't want to sell it. I did a little testing the water type post on Facebook last night, and it blew up from people I don't know messaging me from all sorts of directions. I wasn't really expecting this at all. I was thinking, yeah, a few people might say, oh yeah, I'd be interested if it was a bit cheaper, or I'd be interested if it was blue, or I'd be interested if you weren't so far away, or I'd be interested in it if you could deliver it to Bulgaria with no particular address. And I have banged on enough about how great this car is and how I've always wanted one and how safe it is and how much I enjoy the proportions and how big the boot is and how practical it is and how it ticks every single box on a list of boxes to tick. Yes, I know. Unfortunately, my income from YouTube does not quite stretch as far as you would think. And the bills keep coming and the cash keeps drying out. I may need to reiterate this point yet again. I am not selling the car because I'm mad or because I don't want it or for any other reason. When I've been putting the car up for sale in the past, I've done what is known as a no-nonsense sales pitch. But frankly, I don't need to do. I don't even need to make this video. I'm just making this video to show you what's going on.
I've got a good suggestion. Why don't you sell something else instead?
Sounds like a good suggestion, but it's not. In fact, it's a bad suggestion. And here's why. Look around the place. There are various things that could go for sale, but it's never quite as simple as that. The 414 I have promised to keep, and it wouldn't be worth as much as the Volvo anyway. The recovery truck needs lots and lots of work before it can go anywhere. There's a TF in the bottom lockup, but I've got to do a couple of jobs on that for its MOT, and that's not worth a great deal either. That car needs fixing, and when it is fixed, there's no money in it. This one needs fixing, and when it is fixed, well, I want to keep it. And this car in here, nobody in their right mind would go anywhere near this thing except for me. It might sound like I'm making excuses for myself in justifying the sale of this car, but it's not like that. I've got to take responsibility, and the only way I can do it at the moment is by the removal of this car from my possession. Clothes brothers don't give a hoot whether I've got the money to pay them or not, and I've got to pay the rent here as well. I can go a couple of weeks falling behind and I just simply have to catch back up again. I do not want to lose this place. And if it means sacrificing a car that I'd really like to keep, that's just what I've got to do. And my family are very keen on this car. My girls like it, my wife likes it, and the dog likes it as well. And the chances of another V70 blacktop engine coming up are very, very slim. Unlike the chances of me getting into trouble from the landlord and being evicted from my insurance, which are very high if I don't act now. So the weird thing is, and for the first time ever, I've got to go home and talk my wife into not being bothered by it. That's never happened before. She's never told me not to sell a car. It's just, it's up to me. This one's different.
Richest people in the UK, or the Brits overseas as well, you would need it off.
In my bottom lockup, I have loads of Rover parts for sale. they don't sell very often, and they don't sell reliably. The last inquiry I had was over a week ago, and that amounted to nothing. I'm just telling you how the situation is. I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not even looking for advice. I'm forever being told I should do this and I should do that, and then I have to explain why that's not possible, and I just sound like an excuse merchant, which, believe it or not, I'm not one of those. This car drives fantastically, and it's going to make somebody else very, very satisfied indeed. I've been on the phone to a man in Scotland today. He responded to my Facebook post. He's been watching the videos. He wants the car. He's prepared to come and collect it next week. And so this is the end of this particular era. The end of my ownership for this car, and it's kind of bittersweet because something else is on the horizon that I really was not expecting, and I'm not going to tell you about that until it happens, but that could be as early as Saturday. I have ideas buzzing around in my head. Not only can I pay off where I happen to be just a bit behind at the moment, but I need to reinvest. And in the past, I've just not had the opportunity to do that. Well, I have, but I've been so concerned about paying the next set of bills the following month that I've clung on to the bit of money that I have just to make sure. But that is not how you progress in anything. I shall keep the crocodile. I shall keep my dash cam. I shall keep all of the junk that tends to be hanging around in the car and give it a good clean up on the inside. As much as I love and respect the thing, it's not been one of those cars that you have to clean for it to be good. It's just good. And it's only with that Facebook post that I bunged up last night I've become fully appreciative of just how sought after these cars actually are. And it's no wonder I like it so much. Maybe one will come up again in the future. And I'll certainly be looking out for it. And I will certainly be grabbing one if the opportunity comes along and I have the necessary funds. What happens an awful lot is I get sent messages, I'm not going to complain about this, way too many messages to keep up with at times, offering me Rovers, usually 75s. I'm not the biggest fan of the Rover 75, but I would have another one if it was right. But what I wouldn't do is pay over the odds for one with money I haven't got. But it doesn't stop that coming up quite a lot. All sorts of people send me messages with links to this and that, whatever, and it's like, why don't you get that? Why don't you get that? The trouble is, I've always got on too much as it is. The MGF in the lockup is awaiting a bottom arm. I think next week I'll be able to tackle that. But I'm also surrounded by rust everywhere and things that need my attention. This car has never really needed for much. It's been a good deputy. It's been an assistant, a valued assistant. A valued assistant that has helped me with everything I've needed to do. And it's a shame to say goodbye to Dr. Meldrew, but it is actually happening. And with that, I'd like to thank you for your continued support and understanding that these things need to happen. I think I've gained quite a few subscribers over this car, and I don't want to let you down. The videos will remain the same, just with a different car. So thanks for watching. Thanks for being a subscriber. A super big thank you to my channel members, and the biggest thank you of all at the moment goes to a man called Alan, which you'll be hearing about in just a few days. So bye bye, and I'll see you in the next one.